What's up, guys? It's Chaster321, and this is my review of the Superior Spider-Man Volume 1, My Own Worst Enemy, which collects issues 1 to 5. Now, before I start talking about the story, some of you might not know what this whole Superior Spider-Man thing is all about. Well, back in, like, the last 3 issues of Amazing Spider-Man, I think it was 698, 699, and 700, Doc Ock switched brains with Spider-Man. Well, not really switched brains. It's hard to describe. More like switched consciousnesses? Is it conscious eye? He switched souls. Yeah, souls. That's the best way to describe it. He switched souls with Peter Parker. So now, Doc Ock is controlling Peter Parker, and Peter Parker is controlling Doc Ock. Now, you might be thinking, well, what's the bad in this? Well, Doc Ock's dying, and he's only got, like, what, a couple days to live? So, this is pretty much Doc's, way of living. He's taking Peter Parker's body. Which, to me, this is seriously one of the most fucked up things a villain could do that doesn't involve murdering a kid or rape or some shit. Because this is just kind of, it's just douchey. I don't even know how to describe it. Like, it's just awful. But at the end of issue 700, Spider-Man's just about to switch bodies back with Doc Ock. But he's using like this little Doc Ock robot type thing, and he needs to stab him in the neck or some shit. So he's about to like prick him in the neck, but Doc Ock's wearing like this metal thing that protects him, and Peter Parker's all like, "Oh shit, now I'm dead in your body." But before he dies, he's all like, "Hey, you have all my memories, you have my morals, you have my conscience, yes." So after Doc Ock thinks about it for a minute, he's like, "Holy shit, I want to be a good guy now." And Peter makes Doc Ock promise to be Spider-Man still and be a hero. And Doc Ock vows to be the superior Spider-Man and be better than Peter Parker in every way. Now, when I first heard that Doc Ock was gonna be controlling that Doc Ock was gonna be Spider-Man, I thought it was the dumbest shit ever. And so did everybody else, from what I've read on some forums. They're all like, "Oh, this is fucking stupid," and I agreed with them. And in January, like, I was at my comic book shop, and there was issue 1, and I'm like, "No, fuck this. I'm not gonna buy this. I'm gonna boycott this. Bring Peter Parker back." And last week I gave in, and I bought Volume 1, and I regret not buying it in January, because now I have to wait till Volume 2 and 3 come out, or I have to go track down, like, a bunch of comics, which is kind of hard to do, because this shit is awesome. I mean, it's just, you wouldn't expect it to be this good. Like, this idea is just so weird and bizarre and dumb, to be frank. But it's executed so well. Like, you wouldn't even know it's Doc Ock controlling him if they didn't refer to it every once in a while. Now, pretty much, Doc Ock in Peter's body is a lot more serious. He's not a smartass, and he talks like Doc Ock. There's one part in here to where Vulture is using children as minions, and Spock punches one of them, and then he sees that it's a kid. He's like, "You made me strike a child." Now, I use that example because if I think of Peter Parker saying something like that, he'd say, "You made me hit a kid." But he says stuff smarter. And I know Peter Parker is really smart, but let's face it, Doc's really smarter. I mean, a lot smarter when he's not insane. And he's not insane anymore because he's in Peter's body. Peter's not insane. It's really complicated, but he's sane and he's a good guy now. So, yeah, you can definitely tell it's Doc Ock in there, and I like it. It's not as weird as I thought it would be, though when they do flashbacks with Doc Ock in it, I see this disgusting mole-looking dude. He's really ugly, and it's just kind of weird seeing him controlling Peter Parker, who's depicted as a really attractive young person, not young person, young 20-year-old dude. It's just kind of weird. Like, if Doc Ock wasn't a fat old man, and he was more of a skinny old man who looked like he could have been dashing back in the day, it wouldn't be as weird. But he's this nasty-ass mole-looking dude, and you're just like, that's controlling Peter Parker? That's kind of weird. So I guess I should just get into the story now. There's pretty much, like, 4 conflicts in this arc, I guess you could call it. The first one is that the new Sinister Six is forming, and I haven't heard of any of these guys other than Shocker. Spider-Man, Spock, actually points that out. It's funny because he was in the original Sinister Six. He says, "Oh, now they're just letting anybody call themselves the Sinister Six," which is pretty cool. So he's fighting the Sinister Six. There's Vulture. I don't really remember what happened with Vulture, honestly. It was kind of small. But he ends up killing Vulture, which is kind of a big whoa, because, hey, it's Spider-Man. He doesn't kill. But it's Doc Ock. And Peter's pissed off at him. Another thing, Peter comes back as a ghost, and he's sort of comic relief. He's just back there complaining at what Ock's doing. But when he does stuff drastic like that, you're like, oh, holy shit, shit just got real. But yeah, he kills Vulture. Peter's ghost's pissed. And another thing, Doc is trying to get with Mary Jane. And this is the weird part. Because he's this 70-year-old dude in a 25-year-old's body trying to get with Mary Jane. And through the whole book, I was like, this is kind of creepy. But Doc gives up on it. He's like, oh, we're just not destined to be, or some shit. But after that, we have Massacre, and Massacre is kind of where the book shines. It's where it got really good, because this guy, he's pretty much like Victor Zsasz of the Marvel Universe, if I could say that. He escapes prison, Rikers Island. He escapes Arkham of the Marvel Universe, and he's going around killing people, like massacring people, hence his name. And everyone's pissed at Spider-Man, especially Mayor J. Jonah Jameson, because he's like, you promised that this guy would not kill again. And apparently, Peter Parker promised that, not Dr. Octopus Spider-Man. And I don't ever remember Massacre. I didn't read whatever he was in before, so I'm just going with it. And now Spock is pissed off because he values human life now, unlike when he did when he was Dr. Octopus. He values it now that he has Peter's memories and shit. So now he's going after Massacre. And he does something. He pretty much, this is the big whoa of the book, even more than Vulture, because I'm not even completely sure Vulture died. He probably just got really hurt. But he shoots Massacre in the face at the end. And I'm just, at this point, I'm like, fuck yes. I mean, I don't want to see Peter Parker kill, but if it's like this new Spider-Man, and he's different, even though he's killing, he's killing for good. So I can see this happening with Peter's morals mixed with Doc Ock's soul. And that's a pretty just hyper telling of the story, because I just chugged a monster, and that's the reason I'm making this video, because I was really tired and I wasn't even going to make a video, but then I drank a bunch of energy drinks, and I'm really energized. Now, this series is great, and I can't wait to read more. Now, I'm positive it gets better on issue 6 and on, because, well, one, there's going to be the goblins in it, and there's going to be eventually, well, yeah, this is spoilers show, so whatever. There's going to be fucking Scarlet Spider, Kane. There's going to be fucking Spider-Man 2099 in this shit, and I'm just like mind blown. This is going to be amazing. So I will definitely be picking up everything else. And if you're a Spider-Man fan, you should too, because this is definitely a great new take on Spider-Man. It's a lot different than, say, like Ultimate Spider-Man. Even though Ultimate Spider-Man is my favorite iteration of Spider-Man, this has to be a close second. I give this book, I give these 5 issues a 9 out of 10, and I seriously cannot wait to read more. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe.
That's not funny.